I'd say at first I definitely thought I was gonna be I was kind of like nervous, I would say, especially like being on camera like all year. But then like eventually when I thought about it, I just watched one of the videos of Julius, like one of the leaders from last year, and I was thinking that they're all laid back and they're just talking like they're all just friends. So I was like, this isn't anything I have to worry about really. So I was like, yeah, this is cool.
Hey, this is Scott Todnum, and you're listening to the Life is the Future podcast, a podcast for health education, middle school, and life in general. We've just started season 6 of our podcast. We get to introduce 2 of our 4 hosts for this school year, John and Jaymes. They join Isla and Alexis as our 4 8th grade leaders for the 2023-2024 school year. This is just another quick episode to get to know our leaders. How has 8th grade started for them? Are they a little nervous? Are they excited about being our hosts this year? Let's check it out. Here's John and Jaymes. Hey everybody, here we are. I've got our other 2 hosts for our season 6 of the Life is the Future podcast. This is Jaymes and John, and in just a moment I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and they become the leaders. So along with Alexis and Isla this school year, these 2 8th graders will lead and host other 8th grade peers, and they're going to interview your classmates about all things teenage life, right? So first of all, who's first? Who would like to say hello? John, tell the world who you are. What are your interests? What are you into?
So I'm John. I play football and basketball. So outside of school, I'm on a team for both of them. I actually play basketball with Jaymes here. So yeah, I really like it though. I've played for a while, and this is actually my first year playing football, and I really enjoy it so far. I want to play in high school.
Yeah, it's flag football at this level, right?
Yeah, flag here, and then I play tackle outside school.
Cool. Yeah, cool. Jaymes, what do you do? Like, tell the world who you are and what are you interested in?
My name is Jaymes, and I like basketball, which I do with John, running, and then I do like water polo in the summer. My hobbies are like doing sports and like hanging out with friends and like trying to get a bunch of free time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Are you guys ever involved in anything like this where you're leading? Are you in I-Lead? Because the girls are in I-Lead this year. You guys?
I'm actually, I joined FCA. I'm actually one of the leaders for there.
Okay.
So yeah, so we meet like Fridays in the mornings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever do anything creative or artistic, or is this kind of the first endeavor like that?
It's like first endeavor.
Yeah. Well, I approached you two, and sometimes it gets difficult, like who should we choose as guests and hosts, but I always need vocal leaders, people that can hold a conversation and are good in class, and you two do that now, and it's especially nice to have 2 people that kind of get along, but it works sometimes if we have hosts that don't even know each other very well. Same thing as guests. You might bring in people that you don't know very well, and that's totally fine. But what are your thoughts on being the leader? Like, I approached you should take that as a compliment. And John and I talked as early as like last year in 7th grade, right? Because we did a video before with like in 7th grade. But I approached you, so you should take that as a compliment because I only choose 4 8th graders every school year. What are your thoughts on that? Is this something you can handle? Are you looking forward to it, or does it sound like daunting in any way?
I'd say at first I definitely thought I was gonna be I was kind of like nervous, I would say, especially like being on camera like all year. But then like eventually when I thought about it, I just watched one of the videos of Julius, like one of the leaders from last year, and I was thinking that they're all laid back and they're just talking like they're all just friends. So I was like, this isn't anything I have to worry about really. So I was like, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, same thing. I was nervous, and then like I went on YouTube and like saw the videos, and I'm like, it isn't that bad, so I'll just do it. And I'm here now. So.
You are. There tends to be a couple of nerves early, and like once you get your first real episode in, you're like, okay, this is how it works. You can start to like relax. It's even like right now, we pressed record, so you can, you might be like, oh, the world is watching. Yeah, but in the end, we're just having an informal conversation, and you get to choose where the conversation goes. So we need people that can lead a discussion, and you guys can do that in the health class. Whether it was 6th grade or 7th grade, and now I've got both of you in the same class right now, first quarter, so. You can choose any guests to bring in. They don't even have to be in health class. And you can choose any topic in teenage life. So common topics we just talked with Isla and Alexis last episode about include social things like relationships, friendships, dating, but then the online world too, like social media, managing academics with extracurriculars, sports. Those are common topics that come up all the time. So do you have any ideas on what you might want to bring up like right away, first topic, or guests even without naming names?
I think I might know a couple of guests we could bring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Topics I don't really know yet for that.
Mm-hmm.
it might help to backtrack things. So if you look back on it, we've had 5 full seasons, anywhere from about 12 episodes to like 20, I think, per school year. So it might help if you listen back and then check out how the leaders did, how it kind of flowed, and might give you some extra ideas. But it's all open, maybe right away, since you're both involved in sports right now in athletics, maybe that's the first thing is life balance. But I'm only as involved as you want me to be. But otherwise, I'm not even gonna be in here. I won't be in this seat at all. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about just how 8th grade is going so far. We're about 4 weeks in. Halfway through first quarter, maybe starting week 5. What are your overall thoughts on like 8th grade year compared to 7th grade and 6th?
I'm doing good. I feel like it's like a lot easier to do because they give us more time to do homework, and like my grades are better because like I'm preparing for high school, and like I can't mess up my GPA for like college and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm liking it.
What about the workload, like homework compared to previous years?
Same,
different?
Yeah, not that bad.
Well, for me, actually, I think this year's kind of hard for me, at least. I think especially with like the new split lunches, I think that was kind of like, because like all my friends are in one lunch, and then I have some friends in this one, so it's like, who do I sit by, you know what I mean? And then I think for like the school-wise, like academically, especially like because I'm in all the PA classes, so it's like, especially for math, it's like, they said they're going to take it up a notch this year, so I have a lot more homework, and I have to like, it's kind of like, this year's kind of showing me like a preview of high school, I feel like, trying to balance like all my things with sports and then school at the same time, and still being able to do them all like productively, I would say.
Do you find that being involved actually helps with time management?
I actually think so too, yeah, because I think it kind of helps me, and it helps me to be able to like plan ahead for the future, what I'm going to do and like when I'm going to do it, so I feel like, so yeah.
Yeah. This shouldn't feel like homework, right? So even though we ask you to be involved, we don't want it to become like a chore. We don't want it to feel like it's this extra stress. It's going to be work for sure, but we don't want to add to your plate that's already full, so that's the goal, at least. That's part of the hopes. Are you already feeling like you're getting pressured to get ready for high school and beyond? Because we just started 8th grade, but are you already feeling that?
Yeah, a little.
Yeah. Who puts that pressure on? Like, is it teachers? Do you find it from home? We're not trying to call anybody out, but like, is that self-imposed? Are you putting that pressure on yourself?
Like myself, my parents, and some of my teachers. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
For me, I would say self-imposed, kind of. Like, I know my parents really don't care what grade I get as long as I like try my best, I would say. But I feel like I'm still like, I get stressed out about school still. Like, even when I feel like I don't really need to worry, but I just feel like I need to get that A, or I need to like get this grade sometimes. So I feel like it can be stressful. Yeah.
Yeah. Jaymes, you mentioned trying to find time to just hang out and be like a preteen or a teen, just be a kid, in essence. Do you find that on the weekends more?
Yeah.
Do you see friends on the weekends? Are you able to make time for that despite all your involvement?
Yeah, sometimes. Or it depends, because like I'll have like activities to do too. Like I'll have to go to my siblings like games and stuff. So. Yeah, just finding that like social health is just as important, we know, as mental health and as physical health, So I was just wondering, this is a big social event, this podcast. I wonder if it's going to help you like be more outspoken in all the right ways or meet other people. Same thing, John? Are you finding time to like just relax and be a kid?
I think so, but I would say definitely with all the stuff I have, it's kind of like, I would definitely say it's harder, like sometimes not being able to like go with my friends on like if they're going somewhere and stuff with other sports. But I think the good thing about being with like a team is like I can still be social with them and they're my friends, so it's like I think I still get social health with it, I feel like.
Yeah. All right, so any questions for me on how this might work, or like anything that's coming to mind that you're not quite clear on in terms of hosting the podcast? Because we're going to give this off to you as of next week, right? First official episode alone. So anything that you're like, I'm not sure how that works, do you just want to ask out loud right now?
Not really. I think
Cool.
I've got it done.
Yeah? All right. Well, it might help to get things sorted ahead of time, come up with a good topic and maybe even some questions ahead of time,
Sometimes our hosts will type some stuff out on their Chromebook and just have that kind of like off to the side. But you get to decide. Some people want me involved more than others, but we're going to let you choose. And Isla and Alexis are the other two hosts, so we're kind of going to flip-flop, like 1 week with them, 1 with you. But you can even mix it up, too. You can mix it up. Cool. I think that's it. We're just going to do a short first episode to say hello to the world. That's Jaymes and John, and you're going to hear from them starting up very soon here in September or October as the 2023-2024 school year gets underway. And this is season 6. So the cool thing I told the girls, too, this last week, that this still kind of hangs around. Our first host just graduated high school last year, and maybe you saw, but we invited them back. So it's interesting, where this all goes. And I'm excited. So I'm really excited to hear your own opinions. Don't be shy. If there's a debate and you disagree with somebody, then you disagree. Jaymes, John said that you would be good about debating and having like a strong opinion on it. So we're going to look forward to that. And John might be like the best in terms of like leading, coming up with the topics. But both of you guys are into sports, so it's almost like we got maybe there's like a play-by-play guy and there's like a color commentary. We'll see what your roles come up to. But anyway, for now we're just going to say goodbye and look for that first episode very soon. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming in.